So you're interested in ways of sounding even more metal, right? This is something you can use in your guitar solos or in your songwriting. There's a little bit of theory involved, but what do you expect? You can't go through life playing guitar and avoiding music theory entirely. I am, of course, talking about the classic technique of guitar harmonies. Hey guys, this is Rob, your online guitar teacher. Now, guitar harmonies are used in lead lines by bands such as Thin Lizzy or Iron Maiden. They're used in the rhythm parts of some earlier Metallica stuff, and also their more recent thrashier things and similar bands. But you can also use them as a mix of rhythm part and lead part in harmony, which is something we'll get to later. All of these methods, of course, sound really cool and really classic rock and metal. The exact genre that you're going for will determine the outcome. So let's start out with our main melody. Right, so there are two types of harmony. The harmony line, where the two parts are going in parallel. So you've got two parts that are a certain distance apart and they stay that distance apart throughout the line. And then you've got the counter melody, which is a separate melody that complements the first melody. Right, so how do these work? How do we create harmonies? Well, first of all, you need a melody. This can be your vocal melody played on guitar, or it can be part of your solo or part of your riff. It doesn't really matter. It could be something else entirely, just part of a song. Doesn't matter. Then we take your second guitar part and play the same thing a certain number of notes away, but using the same scale. So we're going to start from a note that's maybe 3 notes away, as in our example, 3 notes higher. So instead of starting on the first note of the scale, which is what the first track does, the melody does, we start on the third note and follow the same contour. So follow the ups and downs of that melody. Notice how when the melody's going up in pitch, the harmony's also going up in pitch. And when the melody's going down in pitch, the harmony's also going down in pitch. So they're staying the same number of notes apart throughout the whole thing. And they're using the same scale. Again, that's very important because you need to be in the same key, otherwise the harmony becomes really difficult and probably doesn't work. The second type of dual guitar part is the counter melody. Now, this sounds more complicated than it really is. What it is just another melody going on that fits your chords. So you've got now two guitars playing two different melodies. If you do this right, it can sound really cool and intricate, but if you do it wrong, you can one melody can distract from the other one and people just get confused, and that's not good. So what we're really doing is we're not following the contour. So you can get the same melody and kind of do it upside down. So when one goes up, the other goes down in pitch. When you're working this out, watch out for the harmonies because you will have to adjust some of the notes to fit. Usually you want the notes on the beat to be in harmony. The ones off the beat you can kind of get away with more stuff with. You can also change the rhythm so that you've got one melody and then another melody playing a different rhythm, something else entirely. And be careful if you're using bends, because if you're not bending to the right note, you'll sound out of tune because it won't harmonize. Don't forget as well that these are all using the same scale because we want to be in the same key. As I said at the beginning, you can also do this kind of thing with rhythm parts. Stuff like Aces High, The Trooper or Ride the Lightning. both rhythm parts are in harmony. In fact, in the Iron Maiden stuff, you've got the 2 rhythm parts and the bass in harmony. So you can do that as well. In those examples, I'm pretty much doing the same thing as with the lead parts. I'm just playing them lower on the neck and using palm mutes to keep the rhythm going. If you've got 3 guitars, or you want to try writing for 2 guitars and a bass, you could also try 3-part harmony, but this is where stuff gets really complicated and you've got to be aware of your chords and your triads on each beat to make sure everything harmonizes. That's not saying that you shouldn't give that a go. Right guys, so the tabs for all these harmony parts are on the website, chainsawguitartuition.net. You can also visit that website for information on one-on-one guitar lessons from me over Skype or webcam. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with all your friends. And until then, turn up and rock out. Because this will increase the intensity of that part of the solo. They can be just straight sequences or more free. And as awesome as they are, you always want to remember your phrasing, because you don't